Well, hello guys, long time no see. Today we are checking out some Scottish castles. Yeah, right. We are checking it out on the Bogist C1 Pro. It's a 500 watt, 13 amp hour, rear wheel motor driven electric scooter. Absolutely wicked. Top speed 45 kilometers an hour. It's not a lie, I've had 44 out of it. I'm 11.5 stone just now, and I'm very tall, so it really causes a lot of drag on the machine. As you can see, it's absolutely filthy. We'll find out just now just how many kilometers were actually put on it. 160 kilometers I've put on, so you know it's been used, properly used. I've got lots to say. The off-road tyres are absolutely amazing. I would have went for other ones like the ones that were on the Uber scooter, but these turned out to be fantastic. They're good off-road and they're just as good on tarmac and pavement as well. Absolutely brilliant. We do have some disc brakes on the back. They work absolutely fine. We've got drum brakes in the front, work absolutely fine most of the time. I just tap the brake the slightest little bit and it actuates the electronic brake anyway, so mechanical brakes is mostly for going downhill. What can I say? I've upgraded it. The handlebars, got some dirt bike handlebars on here. There was a problem with that, and that was when we were modifying it. The wires didn't fit, so I had to chop through the wires just to extend them to have the taller longer so they could reach out towards the bar more. And we've also got new grips. It came with normal flat grips on a straight bar, and I just felt like your hands were too close to the center of the column, so I needed them out more. I did chop some of these handlebars as well, chopped about 40 mil off each side. I've got these flat paddle ones for resting my hands on because I prefer my handlebars to be set lower than usual, just because when you hit the woods and you're going about 40 kilometers an hour, you don't know what tree root is around the corner and what's not. It just takes a little branch to be on the deck if you're turning very hard. Your traction will go, but I've not downed this yet. I've not come off or fell, and you better believe I drive it hard. So the mythology behind mileage. Now, I was told this one would do 35 kilometers. I believe it would do that in first gear, but after the first day I've never used first gear again. So second gear, when I got on that, I thought, oh, this feels a bit quick. But turned out it wasn't really that quick. But that's where you get your durability in your motor. You'll get, for range, I've seen me getting upwards of 25 kilometers riding it in second gear. But I did notice when I moved to top gear, third gear, that I would stop before the battery would get totally dead, and the most I've been able to achieve in that was 20 kilometers. Now that is still far and a hell of a lot of fun at 40 kilometers an hour. But yeah, we've got the extra bag on it. I went and stuck a 360 camera mount on it, same colour as the handlebars, same with that. That doesn't come with it, the big mount. Thanks for that. The big mount in the middle, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant setup. Much better grip, much better handling, much better turning. Good quality stuff. Needs a bit of a clean up now, but I've done 160 kilometers and it's still the same. Now, power wise, I will say, when you put it in second gear and it accelerates the way it does, when I put it in third gear, I don't feel that it accelerates any harder. I just feel like it builds up to a higher top end speed. So it's not like a total different power ratio, like, oh dear, don't change gear because it's crazy in that gear. It just gets to a higher speed over time. So it might take an extra 5-6 seconds to get up to speed, but it'll get there. But absolutely brilliant tool. I've been having a hell of a lot of fun with it. Now, I did pick this up from a place in the UK, which was a bit of a joke. They said it was going to be here by some time, ended up being shipped out of Germany. That really miffed me. If you watch the channel or see the reviews, you'll know when I pay a lot of money for something, I expect it to come when they say it does, because I put all my eggs in one basket with it and end up waiting a week, and that torments me. I have ADHD, and you better believe that torments the life out of me. But yeah, it's got full suspension, so it's got double suspension front and back. Now when I got these, they weren't that great. It was like it had no suspension whatsoever. It was a bit thuddy, but yeah, after a couple of days it wore in, and it's quite spongy. And I see me ramping off of tree roots and humps of mud, doing all that stuff. I will say, you can get these in a 20 amp hour battery, but mine's is the 13 amp hour battery. And when I'm using it and hitting tree roots and banging about, I do hear some thumping about in there. So I might open that up and add in some foam. But yeah, if I can add in any rider footage, I will. But this thing is brilliant. Now it costs about circa £500 in the UK. 500 GBP. Very cheap, very awesome scooter. I even seen this as well just recently in the past week on Andy Kirby's channel. And he's overvolting the motor and reckons he can get 1000 watts plus out of that rear motor with a phase runner controller. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, and I'll probably be ordering a phase runner controller. So if I can get any footage added in, I will. But what I will say, for 500 bucks, guys, this blows a Xiaomi away. Absolutely away. If you got a Xiaomi, sell it. Absolutely sell it. Now I'm not sponsored, or this was bought with my own money after me checking out a few different scooters, so you can take my word for it. This is a bag of fun. Hill climbing wise, I'm sure everybody wants to know that. As long as you're gaining speed and the hill's not overly excessive, this will work its way up there absolutely fine. Now if you have a lot of hills in a journey, which I have on 2 of my journeys, that's when I realised out third gear I was only getting up to 20 kilometres, so I started to tame it down a bit, and on parts with lots of downhills I put it in second gear and the thing flies anyway. So you can maintain it, but I've never done like a max distance full battery test, so there you go. That's just what I've noticed in observations of having long drives. So awesome tool. Definitely the upgrades were massive, because the little handle was a straight line. It really felt sketchy, to be honest with you. So I just picked up a set of low rise pit bike handlebars, 28mm I think they are. Yeah, and everything went fine. So I would absolutely advise, well, you can't really advise, because as far as I know, these things are absolutely illegal in the streets or anywhere. You need to have permission to ride them on any land. But you know how it goes, people. If you want some fun in your life, yeah, you got to pick your wars. So at the moment I'm enjoying full castle life out in the countryside and having a ball with my new gizmo. So if I can stick any footage on the end, I will, because I did get it on a different device and I just don't know if I can get it together just now. But if I do, I'll pop it in right now after this bit. So enjoy yourself, guys. You'll see the thing's not slow. It's what I would probably say is the bottom line scooter, 500 watts. It's like not far away from 250, which is the bottom grade scooter there is. My kids just had a 250 watt scooter. It could do 25 kilometers an hour. We had a blast out running the trails. They didn't even have a suspension on it. And this, I wouldn't go as far as calling this suspension. I would call these anti-vibration dampeners. They'd be awesome if you're running it on the road. You'd have a great trip. Off-road, it's still bouncy, but you'll see the difference between a solid scooter and even one with those dampers on it. That has got pretty good suspension capability and soaks up the bumps. But yeah, 500 bucks, I would have to say do it. I would have to say do it. I just think the company I got it from was a bit of a joke, and I don't really want to promote them either. But yeah, it came, the tyre was flat. We tried to pump it up, it wouldn't pump up. So we got a place that was going to repair it. That guy was cool because he said, rather than try repair it, have you ever tried tyre slime? So it only cost £8, banged the tyre slime inside it, fixed it instantly. So that was a headache out the way, and I'm absolutely happy with that. So anybody with inflatable tyres, doesn't matter if it's a bike tyre, a scooter tyre, or a car tyre, get that slime in your tyres. That stuff is crazy good. But yeah, what else can I say? Just rambling on now. But yeah, I had to chop all the wires to extend my handlebars, the throttle and the 2 brakes, but it was nothing. It was just a case of chopping them, stripping them clean. Once it was all done, rejoining them, soldering them together and wrapping them up. I will get shrink wrap at some point around it. I'll give you a close-up. It does have a folding mechanism. It does have a lock on the side of it here, a lock into place to probably stop it from folding, make it impossible for folding. But one day it was raining, and so when I got back to the car I couldn't undo it. My finger just kept sliding off it and I was panicking. Rah! Hulk rage came. We managed to undo it. Ever since then I've never clicked it down, never had a problem. But trust me, you'll be the first to find out if we face plant the gravel. Yeah, apart from it being manky and used and 160 kilometers put into it, that's decent. Absolutely decent. Still as decent as the day I got it. Well, the day I got started on it. So yeah, some people say they deteriorate within weeks of getting them. Not at all. I've not had one thing come loose. I've not had one bolt fall off. I've not had one thing go wrong with it whatsoever. It's just ran and ran and ran. Every time I've charged it, it's charged up perfectly fine. Every time I took it out, it just works. It's got a good bit of power. It feels faster than what it actually is. 44 kilometers is what I get out of it down a nice clean pass, and yeah, it's a bit sketchy. It's a bit sketchy on the gravel department or the slick muddy bits, but yeah. So I'll go for just now, and if I can add in any footage I will. So it's the Bogist C1 Pro 13 amp hour. Yeah, 13 amp hour 500 watt, and it definitely gets my seal of approval. So there you go guys, get your scooters.